A local nonprofit exists to eliminate animal suffering and then to engage the entire community in the welfare and well-being of animals. They accomplish this by advancing model programs to promote the adoption of healthy animals, prevent dog and cat overpopulation, provide veterinary medical services for animals in the community, and keep animals in homes through relinquishment intervention strategies. Their story and programs are coming up next on Polk Place. Hello and welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio, couple of rookies and of course a veteran from SPCA. Right next to me is Erica Wisniewski. She's the SPCA Florida Canine lead. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, seems like we have a little guest here today. We're going to talk about him a little bit later, but yeah, I love it when you guys bring animals.
Yeah, this is Chestnut.
Also joining us is Mary Stevens, SPCA Florida founder and feline specialist. Another first timer. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thank you.
And last but not least, she's been on with us several hundred times.
Sure.
We're
50.
Maybe. I'm going to go 75 to 80.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll work with you. A good average.
The over-under's on 80.
There we go.
Okay. Randa Richter. Randa is SPCA Florida Media and Partnership Relations. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Glad to be here again.
Yeah.
I missed the last few, so coming back.
Yeah. So I want to start off with the canine lead team. Erica, what exactly is that?
We take care of all of the dogs at SPCA Florida and work on finding them their forever homes.
So speaking of forever homes, let's talk a little bit about Chestnut. Yeah. What's the story with Chestnut? And I can tell you from experience, Chestnut is a lover, and Chestnut cannot hold his liquor.
Chestnut actually came to us from Polk County Animal Control. He was a heartworm positive dog, so he was slated to only go to rescue. Yeah. So after obviously meeting him, he makes a great first impression, as you've seen.
Yeah.
So we pulled him and have now been working on treating his heartworm disease and then finding his forever home. So he recently got neutered and is in search of a family to love him forever. And
he is a lover. I cannot believe how gentle he is. So want to talk, we've talked a little bit about this before, but the Rent-A-Dog program is now called the Doggy Date program. Let's touch on the basics of it if we could.
Yeah, so we changed the name because it was kind of confusing. You don't actually have to pay to rent a dog. Yeah. We are focused on just getting the dogs out of the shelter for a couple hours, just taking them out on a little doggy date. Chestnut has been out on a few. He loves to go on car rides and walks around the lake. His favorite snack has proven to be a puppuccino at Starbucks. So
how does one discover that?
By taking him to Starbucks and putting a cup of whipped cream in front of him and seeing what happens.
I don't want to say taking a dog to Starbucks is pretentious, but
it's a crowd favorite, that's for sure.
Exactly. So one of the things that you guys do a lot of is fundraising, and you've got something coming up, the Canine Pajama Potty program from Maddie's Fun program. Let's talk a little bit about that, if we could, please.
Yeah, so we actually launched February 5th. We are participating in a nationwide study. Arizona State University is actually the ones conducting all of the research, but Maddie's Fund is providing all of the funding for it. And we are one of the shelters across the country that have decided to participate in getting dogs out on sleepovers. So we came up with our little catchy name, our Pajama Potty, where dogs get to go out on basically a weekend. Yeah. The research has shown that shelter dogs benefit from a couple days out of the stress of a shelter, and actually can come back with better behavior, a little bit more relaxed, and getting pictures and video of them in somebody else's home has actually proven to find their adoptive homes sooner. So
that's a great idea.
Yeah, Chestnut would love to go on a pajama potty.
Yeah. And how do folks find out more information about that?
Through our website, under the programs tab, we have one where you can sign up for a doggy date or one where you can sign up for a pajama potty.
Well, we've talked dogs. Now we're going to take a break and shift gears and talk cats. Now, Mary, one of the things that you taking the lead on is the Cat Positive program. From Jackson Galaxy program. Let's talk a little bit about that, if we could, please.
Sure. Well, Jackson Galaxy is a cat behaviorist. He's been doing this for 25 years, and he started this program to help shelter cats kind of cope with the stress of being in a shelter, which often can cause a cat to be in the back of a cage, hunched up, very fearful. They've lost their home. They are now in a small room with a lot of cats and noise coming in and out, and no offense, but the dog's barking down the hall.
Not you.
So this program helps those cats be a little more sociable. It helps the cats that may be high energy cats who are just bored because they're in a shelter, because you're working with enrichment for them. It's fun for the cats. They get rewarded for the behaviors that they learn by being given treats. So it's been very successful, and it'll be running through the end of March.
One of the things that you mentioned, it's a stressful time for the animal being adopted, but when we as humans come there, it's like the happiest moment, you know, of our lives at times, because we're looking for that pet to keep us, you know, that's going to be with us for the rest of our lives. And one thing that really, like what you said, if you're going to adopt a pet, you should really beware that the animal, it's a stressful time for them, and they definitely would act better in a little bit more of a peaceful surrounding.
Definitely, definitely. So when we work with the cats, we try to get them to do things that are going to make them a lot more approachable by the public. That's going to help to relax them, and also have that person who's visiting us say, "Oh my gosh, do you know that cat can do a high five?"
That's a success story with you, isn't it?
That's great. So I actually started with a cat who was deaf named Ellis. Normally when you train these cats, you use a clicker like this. And when they perform the behavior, you click so they can hear it, and then you reinforce that with a little bit of tuna or some favorite food, a little greenie, a treat, some deli turkey. But because Ellis was deaf, I didn't use a clicker. So when he did the behavior correctly, I gave him a thumbs up, which he could see, and then gave him his treat. And he was a very, very smart cat. So he learned very quickly. He was the kind of cat who was very bored at the shelter. To entertain himself, he would often run and jump on a toy and slide across the room on it, like these videos that you see of cats on a Roomba. He would sit at the door, and when it was opened, about 50% of the time he would run out. And he could also be a little bit aggressive with some of the other cats because he had all this pent-up energy. And when he started the program, he really transformed. He was no longer aggressive with the other cats. He would come running to me when I came into the room because he knew I was the one that was going to work with him, and I was going to be the keeper of the treats, which it helps to have a cat who's very food motivated. So this is Ellis when I first started with him, learning to do the high five.
Okay.
And he was a very quick learner. He picked this up in about 2 days. And from that, we graduated to having him walk through a hoop like this. Again, using hand signals. Since he couldn't hear me say come, I would go like this, and he would know to come and sit in front of me. This was the symbol for sit. And then he would get his treats. So here he is walking through his hoop. And if he had not been adopted, the plan was to then, as you can see, the hoop is on the floor here, where the plan was to keep raising the hoop so eventually he would be actually jumping through the hoop. But success story, he was adopted by a wonderful couple. The day he was adopted, he high-fived with them about half a dozen times, and everybody was very impressed. People up and down the shelter were saying, "Look at this cat, he can high-five."
And everybody's fighting over adopting him now, right?
Exactly. So it does work, and I'm now working with another kitty whose name is Baby Girl. She's 12 years old. Her owner died. She's the cat who's in the back of that cage. She's very withdrawn, very shy, and she's already high-fiving. I've been working with her for 4 days.
I am not going to bring my wife to the shelter simply due to the fact I've got hearing loss, and she will bring me to you to train.
To clicker train you.
Clicker, there we go.
That's awesome.
That is incredible, Mary. Rand, I want to talk to you a little bit. We got just a little bit of time left. Walk for the Animals coming up April 18th.
It is.
Let's talk about that and what folks can do to get involved, if we could, please.
Absolutely. So our second biggest fundraiser is Walk for the Animals. It is Saturday, the 18th of April. The website is already up, so just go to our website, click on the Walk for Animals banner, and you can register. It's $35 to register, which gets you a t-shirt, and then you can start fundraising for the SPCA. You can create a team, or you can fundraise on your own. Day of, we have about 30 to 40 vendors set up that you can visit. We have a walk around the lake, plus we have contests. We have a costume contest for dogs for Chestnut. We have the kids zone for kids to play, and then we have some demonstrations that go on as well.
As usual, pet friendly or non-pet friendly?
Pet friendly, yes. Bring your dog down. Bring your dog
encouraged to do so.
Yes, please bring them down. Walk around the lake. I'm planning on having a ice cream truck for people, but also for dogs. So bring your dogs down to get an ice cream cone.
All right. Contact information for the walk and also anybody interested in adopting Chestnut.
All of it's on our website, which is spcaflorida.org. For Chestnut, go to the Adoptables, select dog, and you can see all the available dogs. For the Walk for Animals, there's a big banner when you go to our website. Click on Walk for Animals, and all the information's listed there to register.
Well, ladies, I want to thank you for coming on. You guys were incredible. For first-timers, I want to thank you for coming on, and come back and see me again real soon, would you please?
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Founded in 1979, SPCA Florida is a 501c3 nonprofit organization headquartered in Lakeland, dedicated to improving the lives of pets and people in the community. SPCA Florida provides care and compassion and hope to more than 4,000 homeless animals entering their doors each year. SPCA Florida is celebrating over 40 years in the Polk County community with new goals and programs. Now, if you need more information on adopting a pet or any of the programs, Rent a Dog, Canine Pajama Potty, and the Cat Positive program, give them a call, 863-577-4608, or look them up on the web at www.spcaflorida.org.